We're going to take a look at the recruiting app in AppExchange. And this one is by Salesforce Labs. I think this one is an example of like a starting point for an app, not really a full-blown product that you can use out of the box, but it gives you an idea of some things that could be done. I'll kind of walk you through the process that I use for evaluating an app. So I've already have it installed, and what I'm going to do is look at the components that it comes with so I can have an understanding of like what I should start looking at. So I clicked View Components here, and I notice it's unmanaged, so I'm able to look at source code, modify things. And this is basically the list of things that it comes with. Looking for an application. So here's the app, and it's called Recruiting. And so that's going to be, I would think, the entry point to it. There's not a lot of documentation that comes with this, so a lot of it's just kind of digging around and seeing what it does. I notice here it has 2 Visualforce pages. I find that interesting. All right, so let's take a look at the app definition. So you go to App Manager, right here, and we have to find the one for recruiting, and just search for it right here. And I notice it's classic, so I'm going to upgrade it to Lightning. And for me, it gets stuck here, so I'm just going to close this out and just refresh, and we'll see. I've got the new Lightning app created here, so I'm going to try to look at it now and see what I have. So notice some tabs across the top, and let's just start taking a look at these. So positions, let's create a new one. And this is, looks like you get 2 types. I'll go with the second type, IT position. And we'll put in Salesforce admin. For our title, let's look at all the values here. So these are out of the box statuses. I imagine just customize these to suit your needs. We'll do a contractor. And for IT, looks like they give you some different job positions, imagining like different pay ranges based on the job level. Looks like we have some required fields here for min and max pays. And we'll just make something up here for these last fields. Let's see, responsibilities, we'll do all the Salesforce things. This I find interesting. So they have checkboxes for each of the skills. This is tricky because as you need to expand the skills, you're adding fields for each. So that's kind of it's a nice way to do it in some situations. It makes reporting easy, but I don't know if I like it. Okay, so we've created that. Let's take a look at what the page looks like. Looks like all the same things that were on the new form. Okay. Job applications. So that would link up a position to a candidate. But we don't have a candidate, so let's create one of those. So we'll go through the same thing, so I'll just make one for me. Looks like there's not a lot of required fields here. Let's see, I'll put my email address. Interesting. Tracking US citizen versus visa required at the bottom there. Education. And we'll save it. So we'll just continue to the next tab, employment websites. Interesting. So I imagine that this could be like where you are posting the job to, like if you're going to put it on LinkedIn or what's that other popular one? Indeed. And I suppose you could keep track then of from a dollar's point of view and somehow tie that into some sort of marketing campaign, maybe. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Not quite sure how much I'd use it, but and then job applications. So this would tie the candidate to the position. So we'll create that. I'll put me as the candidate. The position is the one I created. I don't know why you'd have cover letter here, but okay, looking at all these statuses here. Alright, let's save it. So let's scroll down, looking at what is on a job application. I imagine you just attach the resume or something to the notes and attachments. Reviews looks interesting. Let's see what they have here. Assessment and rating. Oh, okay, so this would be like if you're interviewing a candidate. Maybe you have like 3 interviews and each person can put in what their take was. And then you've got a probably a roll up to see what all the totals were. So if I look at the application, yeah, there's a average rating, or a total ranking rather. Yeah, this looks interesting. I mean, I see this as being a good starting point. Like I said, it's probably not like ready for prime time out of the box, but it's got the basics. I notice here that it gives you the reports tab, but I don't think there's any reports that it comes with. So if I look for all, yeah, I'm not seeing anything related to this. I'm not seeing anything recently created. So I could search for recruiting. Or yeah, so I don't think this comes with anything out of the box, but we could double check just by going to the list of components. Again, this is just me kind of reviewing this, going through the steps that I take to figure out what things are doing, and just going back to this list of installed components is like a good way to get an idea of that. So I'm not seeing anything here related to reports. So yeah, that's it. So the last tab looks like just some info. Oh, it looks like there's another app that's related. I have not reviewed that one yet. So maybe I'll do that in the next one. But I could see, you know, if you're just trying to get more out of your Salesforce implementation, maybe, you know, everyone starts with CRM and kind of grows from there. So you could get your recruiting team on here as well, maybe start to get more HR onboarding stuff in here. But clearly this is going to have to be like customized a bit out of the box. So that's all I got for this one. Give it a try, see if it gives you any ideas, and have fun with Salesforce.